up, one and all, to another episode of We Talk Combat, where we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is anywhere. I'm 1/4 of your host. I go by the name of King. I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts. I'll go around the screen one by one and introduce them. Queen, how are you today, babe?
It's Sunday. This week of wrestling was so I'm ready to talk about it. How are you doing?
I can't complain. Let's talk about it. What up, bro, down there? How are you today, bro? How you feeling?
I'm okay. Well, I'm better. I've used that word. I'm getting better.
Okay, you felt good when you saw Ricky Saints wrestle on Wednesday. I got you.
No, not
How
that
are you
trash.
today, bro?
No.
How are you on this football Sunday?
I'm copacetic, you feel me? Copacetic, ready to get into this week of wrestling. It's always changing.
This Negro copacetic. All right, y'all. If you don't know how the show goes, man, we usually do our highs and lows. We get some wrestling tea. No. We usually give our highs and lows. We give our tea after that. Any rumors and news is going on, and then we end the show with your questions and comments. So if you have any questions or comments you want us to address, head on. As long as you're respectful, hit us up with the @ WTC in your comments so we know you're talking to us and not to one of the fellow Glow Yard mates. We also, if you're new around here, before we start, I should say, hit the like button beside BA shoulder, please. It helps us out a lot. It's so that the algorithm knows that folks should see our show. Also, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're always notified when we drop this fire. We normally have shows at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, but we're color folks, so it could start 3:45, 4 o'clock beforehand, the day before, any of those times. So just make sure you hit the notification bell. But we have been constantly dropping content, I should say, damn near every day. So if you follow us, you can go in the description as well, be a member of our Discord, watch live watch-alongs with us in Discord, or you can come talk to us on YouTube anytime. We do the watch-alongs over here as well. But with all that being said, y'all, I think we should get to the highs and lows after you follow us on We Talk Combat Clips as well, because I drop all the condensed versions of the show over there. Appreciate you guys so much. And now let's get to those highs and lows. Another week of WWE product, y'all. I go around the board, but let me just basically give a summarization of what happened on each show, or the main talking points, I should say. We had Gunther here, ending the man's career, possibly dragging Lee there. Whoa, man. I mean, I'm going to talk about that one. I really want to talk about that on Raw. But on NXT, shout out to Mr. Joe Hendry. Some people say his name. He might appear, but he won the NXT championship. Shout out to him. So now he's been a TNA and NXT champion. On Evolve, we had Mr. Jackson Drake, I believe, defeated Cam Hendricks in a championship match, Evolve championship match. We'll talk about that. On TNA, we had Moose returning to get revenge against the system. He joined this champion, what's his name, Mike Santana, and the Hardy Boys to close the show out. SmackDown, we had Oba again coming through after Kit Wilson talked about toxic masculinity and saying he's an Oba feminist, him and his fans. We'll talk about that as well. And then on AAA, we had El Grande Americano, the original, take the new one's, spot, and then win the match to go qualify to possibly go for the AAA Mega Championship. So shout out to original El Grande for that one. But oops, what did I do? Bring everybody back to the stage. But I'll start with you, babe. We'll go around the room. Start with you. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product? And what is your overall letter grade?
So usually I drone on for too long, so I'm going to try and make this one a little bit shorter. So Raw for the past few weeks has kind of been abysmal, but there were like highlights, like you said, like Dragon Lee getting choked out. That was hilarious. And then I saw that it kind of repeated on AEW, or excuse me, AEW got a little inspiration and did their own version of that the same week. But yeah, Raw was raw. and SmackDown was SmackDown. SmackDown almost was a disappointment because we shout out Cuz was watching the game watching the show in house in North Carolina, and he was on the match card, but he did come out run a segment too. Really, and Jade really, and what they're planning to do with their storyline. So they had them do a tag team match, and we're on the same team this week, which I mean was kind of entertaining actually. It was actually not a bad match, and it gave Jordan an opportunity to wrestle and Jade an opportunity to wrestle, but not against each other. So it didn't push everything too fast, but gave them both an opportunity to be out there. And there's been a lot of question about Jade being out there being physical and all that stuff as well. But I didn't watch AAA, didn't watch TNA, didn't watch NXT this week, so I don't really have much to really contribute to any of those. But I did think the little Oba spot with Kit Wilson was good. I could see why they didn't have Kit Wilson over a Saudi, but it was nice to get Oba to have a little bit of time on the screen, and at least it was under a situation where we knew Oba was going to win. He didn't have to lose, and they got to put him on TV for a little bit. And I know that they're still trying to creatively figure out where to go with his character right now. So I didn't really expect a whole lot, but I was glad that he was out there. And as I said, I'm glad that Trick got a little spot because Lash Legend was out there that night too. And I believe she lost in the three-way, but her and Nia Jax are going to be coming back next week to do a match because I know everything now is the road to WrestleMania. So we just trying to figure out who's going to WrestleMania. And Trick said a few times that he plans to get the belt and that he wants to go to WrestleMania. So him coming out and running a promo against Drew McIntyre it was still a surprise, but it wasn't a surprise because he's been going after whoever has the belt at the time that they have the belt. So it seems like they just direct him at whoever got it at that moment, and then just shoot him towards them. So as I said, um, it was an okay week of wrestling. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. I do feel like SmackDown might have been a little weak this week because I didn't feel like the matches that they had really had a whole lot going on. But I do want to talk on Cody talking about Cody Raheem and that's his middle name and all that bullshit. Like I wish I would have just ran back when I saw it and heard it, but I was like kind of disbelief, but it also tells you how much in tap he is with the internet culture that's surrounding him. So he obviously knows what people say about him and stuff. So it was kind of, I guess, a shout out that he did kind of to them. And, people like C-Jax that, tends to call him, what is it, Dr. Libations and stuff like that. So, it was funny, but at the same time, I was like, come on, Black History Month right now, Cody. Come on, let's not play like that. But yeah, they put Giovanni get some jobbers, got him some TV time. And that's what I feel like this week was. This week was I appreciate it for what it was. They made sure all our people that we root for got some TV time. They didn't get put in the bag. So I'm not too upset about that. But wasn't really any matches or really any promos per se that stood out to me. Tricks was good, but tricks are always good. So otherwise, yeah, I'm actually gonna give this week a C, solid C. I don't feel like it was great. Don't feel like it was terrible either, but it was okay.
All right, we're starting off with a C. Go to you, Travis. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what is your overall let it grade, bro?
Okay, for Raw, first of all, I'm glad that Dragon Lee is still up and breathing. Okay, because I could have sworn he was, by the looks of it, I could have sworn he was dead. Braun Breaker almost busting his ass. That was funny too. Also, Javon got the dub. First of all, and another thing, let's get the Bella Twins up out of here because I don't care about them going against Rhea, Io for the tag team titles. Nikki Bella just need to go back, be happy with, I guess, a new guy from the Eagles or whatever. Just start your life together. You did what you did already. Enjoy your Hall of Fame, all that. Just go away and everything like that. NXT, man, shout out to Joe Hendry. You being the Joe Hendry of NXT. I'm glad that it came down to Ricky Saints and him because, y'all can't stand Ricky Saints. Smacking Ricky Saints with the title and everything. Her at the ladder. I had my Booker T moment back this week. So we back. It's that time also to break up. I say, from my opinion, break up the culling, because I don't think that Sean Spears, and I keep forgetting the other guy's name. Like, I don't think they want to be riding Izzy's coattails or trying to be in Izzy's corner all the time. Like, they basically just stopped wrestling for real. Like, basically, you forget sometimes, just me, that Sean Spears is even a wrestler sometimes, because I don't know when the last time he even had a match on NXT. It's been a minute, really. But I did see Evolve 2 also. These two guys, Drake, and I want to say the other guy's name is Max. These two big fellas. It reminded me of Josh Briggs and Dijak having a wrestling match. Two tall guys with all this athleticism, you know how to move around in the ring. But if you put them up on the main roster or anything, like, they're just big men that don't know how to really sell, really wrestle, anything like that. This other dude, the Iron dude that was backstage with the glitter, the rhinestones, the silk shirt and everything, that's giving Rico vibes all over again. And also, King, I think I might have found another move that was worse than the coup de grace. Now, I see the match with Dante Chin, and he did this move, something that's called the gentle touch, where he's put the guy on the rope and he just did this, and then he's like, I don't know if it was a push or it was like he hit his arms this way or what, but it's worse than the Cobra. it's worse than the coup de grace. I don't know what that trash is. And another thing,
but it's better than
I ain't
H-Ball.
lying, yo.
huh?
No,
that is not better than H-Ball. I don't know. No,
H-Ball is
no, don't y'all do that. No,
Travis,
do
he's
not do
100%
that.
correct. That move is trash.
Oh, all right. But anyway, another thing too. I don't know what this is. This might be BA King. This might be worse than the Ricky Saints post. What is this supposed to be? Like, does this have a meaning? Like, what? Like, what is this?
Cam.
Like, you the Evolve guy. So, does this mean anything?
Trash.
That's right. Okay,
That's just what he does.
That's just what he does.
He might have did it on a football field.
Hey, man, it's developmental.
Well, hey, he could developmentally throw that in the trash. But anyway, I did see TNA, man. I
did see TNA weeks for my man Cam.
Oh man, it started off like not too high, but like kind of slow. I mean, I was enjoying the first match with Trey Murphy. Then it just fell apart for me. Really, it's hard to watch NXT. I mean, not NXT, TNA. I'm sorry, this week, because it's just that's what it is. Then I see this tag team called The Righteousness. Do y'all remember that guy from WWE? What's his name? Mordecai? And he had the all white, white hair and everything.
The fake Undertaker.
Right, the fake Undertaker, yes. That's all I see with those guys right there, really. I mean, Moose came back, got revenge on the system and everything, so that's okay. SmackDown caught up, it was okay. Oba came out being a monster as usual. I enjoyed the match, the triple threat match for the Elimination Chamber spot. Now, if Trick was out there, cool. But I would rather see Trick out there and on the color commentary table, talking, instead of just being out there doing faces and everything like that. Get on the mic, talk about your lemon pepper steppers, talk about being the number one guy. Talk about you want to be fighting Drew for the championship and everything like that. Now, this was the highlight for me this week. I enjoyed AAA because Ray, you are a godsend right now, because you bridging that gap between the Latin culture and the people in the States, because I can now get into the stories about, what these guys are talking about. I'm starting to understand it now. Ray is breaking it down, It's the same what the guy's saying. Corey Graves, hey, you may not be on Raw or SmackDown all the time, but make AAA yours, because I don't know what you and Ray are doing right now. To me, is magic. JBL just being there, he's just there. So that's just extra. Now, I enjoyed the
Ray took Conan's spot, Travis.
I know. That's the sad thing about it. And I was getting on Conan so hard earlier when this thing first started. But I enjoyed the mixed tag team match. That was cool. Now the promo untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Dom kind of doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Being the guy in the company. I even enjoyed the last match for the Rey de Reyes. But I got an idea. Since Omos is down there, you let Omos somehow get the AAA championship. You build Omos. You somehow get Omos back on the main show, one of the main shows, whatever show Oba's going to be on. You build Omos up. Sure. Somehow, some way, you make them cross paths somewhere.
If you gave Omos that AAA championship, who taking it from him?
Nobody. That's what I'm saying.
He said nobody.
Yeah, but let him go through AAA, run through AAA. Just bring him up somehow. Let him feud against Oba for a second. It could be the title the battle of Nigeria or something like that. The ruler versus the Nigerian giant. I feel that'd be cool. But I'm kind of feeling what Queen said earlier. It's just an average week of wrestling. So I'm gonna just give it a C2 also.
I'm bang with it. So we got 270s basically. BA, bro, how you feel about wrestling this week with your highs and lows? What's your overall of the grade?
Yeah. So let's start with Raw for me. I'm gonna skip to the very end. It's a lot. I'm gonna touch back on the other stuff, but Roman, thank you for coming back. Thank you for delivering one of your better promos, and you had a streak of pretty good promos. But you didn't bury CM Punk. CM Punk stood his ground as well. These two can talk, and that's exactly what they're going to sell, and that's what I want to see. That's the storytelling in wrestling that's being, I guess, overlooked. You have to be able to cut a promo. It's just as simple as that. That's foundational wrestling 1-on-1, and you just saw two of the best pretty much go back and forth, and it's not over. So that is great, and I love how they tied in Drew McIntyre into their promo, so it gave Drew something to talk about as well once SmackDown came. So I want to give them to their own little personal segment right there. That was very great. Oba was throwing around 300-pound men, dog. That's not easy, dog. Just to believe. I've never tried it. I don't want to try it. I believe that it's tough. So that was a tremendous segment. And I know one of those guys was his personal trainer when he was coming through the Performance Center. So I think they did that type of role for him to put him over. So shout out to them for accepting that, because they are completely buried when it comes to WWE. If I'm not mistaken, they are now having an appearance on AAA. So that's what happens. They got one stop. They got one stop before they hit AEW. They got one stop. But yes, they will be on AAA next week. I was like, War Raiders. Oh, damn. Okay. Shout out to Gunther for Big Boss Man and Dragon Lee. That was entertaining to see. Shout out the fact that he came out with the AJ Styles theme and everything. Like he's like, that was very good. That was very good. Javon clearly had his highlight, so that was good. I really could care less about Penta versus Bronson Reed. And the opening was great. Like finally they had a different opening, not necessarily the Vision or nobody like that. Braun Breaker actually had a good segment, and then they just kind of stopped. If you watch this opening segment, and then Braun Breaker was talking to Paul Heyman, he was like, "What are we gonna do now?" or something like that, or "What's going on?" or something. I believe he truly meant that. Like, what is the next thing that we're supposed to do? I don't know what's next after this. Or why are we still on air? Should we be a commercial right now? I felt that. I was like, yeah, wait a second. Y'all had a great start and then it just abruptly stopped. So I don't know whether it was timing. I don't know whether LA Knight was supposed to do more and then he ran into I don't
You
know.
saying they set him up to fall out the ring?
it was terrible. So they need to do a better job at that. And we talked about this in detail. Raw was actually going to be a decent show to the positive side if they would have let Raquel get the victory, and she did not. They made Stephanie seem like Super Stephanie. And that's exactly what you saw. You saw a Super Stephanie, and they're trying to do we've seen this already. They're trying to do the Cody, they're trying to do the Super Cody, and all this other stuff. She knocked out the Royal Rumble winner. Roxanne came out, she threw her through a table and still got the video of Raquel. I was like, yo, and she's battling coming off an injury that she kinds of play to that she really doesn't, but she does. I'm like, yo, I see what it is. I digress. NXT was cool. Like that's I'm not a fan of Izzy Dame. She can kick rocks for me. I'd rather have seen Lola Vice or Thea Hall win. I didn't necessarily see the Elio match. I don't care about no LaFleur. Lester's King, don't care about them either. Joe Hendry, this 7-man ladder match was highly entertaining. It's definitely worth a rewatch. Everybody got their spots off. Pause. Keanu Carver, my God, that's like Mike Tyson with locks. Like that's who he reminds me of now. Like I was trying to find like a pinpoint, like who does when he had the black shorts with the black shoes, and I said that's Tyson basically. And he embodies that aura of Tyson. And it was one spot. It was like 6 other dudes threw ladders on top of him. They buried this dude in ladders, and he still bust up out of there and created havoc. Jackson Drake had a spot or two. I wanted to see a little bit more from the youngest guy, so he needs to do a little bit more. Sean Legacy had a good spot. Joe Hendry was just kind of playing outside. Him and Ricky they knew that it was going to be the last two in this ring. They knew. So you could tell they kind of kept it easy until the very end, and then they had their spots or whatever, and then Joe Hendry got the victory. So it was highly entertaining. People got thrown through everything. These dudes really put on a show, and I appreciate that. That was very entertaining to watch. Shout out to Joe Hendry. That's my guy. Oh, Tony D. Tony, listen, this is how you rebrand somebody real quick. This is how you rebrand somebody. LA Knight should take notes. Tony D was just a regular guy, came back with this aura, grew his beard out or whatever the case may be, choke slamming people, getting arrested and everything. Like, I'm not saying that he's like formidable or anything like that, but he created a story around himself. And I'm like, that's pretty decent rebranding. And I like to see what they do with this character. I don't think he's going to be a huge character on the main roster, but hey, we on NXT. This is the third brand. You know, you can make a living here for a little bit.
Tony D.
Okay, so when it comes to Evolve, you know, I love Evolve. There's this woman wrestler named Tyra May Steele. She was the black lady that was she has a wrestling background. Just one of the ones that, you know, to keep an eye out for. She needed to change the finishing move. Finishing move was completely whack, but she got the dub. So, you know, this is developmental at best. But yeah, she can definitely make some headways with her natural ability. I'm gonna go to Dante Chen. This is what Travis was talking about. Completely garbage. This guy, Asian guy that he plays up on the Asian thing with the just you know the karate type stuff. But he was going against this dude named Trill London. This is what we was talking about when it comes to influx of talent. This is another high fly. He played football. I think he played in the NFL for a little bit. and now he's making his way over here. We're gonna own the athletic part of this thing. Like it's gonna be over. You're gonna see more and more guys that can go through the performance centers and the WWIDs and everything like that, and they're just going to perform well. He's a high flyer. He got an L, but this is Evolve. No one cares. just put on a show, so you can get brought up to NXT. And then you can start getting some eyes on you. So that's what it's all about. And this match right here, this championship match, it was okay. These two guys are athletic guys. Nothing special to me stands out with none of these two. That's Jackson Drake and every. Jackson Drake is better off outside the ring. Like he got some type of charisma outside the ring. Cam struggles. It seems like he's forcing a lot. So hopefully he works on that. But you know, he got time. Moving forward, I did not watch TNA, so you can skip that. SmackDown. I want to show some love to Kiana James here. She had a decent Royal Rumble performance. That Samoan drop on Nia Jax was tough. She did that. So she's building off of that, and they went against her and Julia, went against Rio, whatever it is, the tag team champs, and Julia got the pin. She got pinned, not Kiana James, not the U.S. champion is the one that got pinned. So that tells me they might be having that transition from you was just a manager to hey, you might be a little bit more, because there's no way if they really wanted Julia to take that next step, she'll catch that pinfall. So I'm just saying, and I'm okay with Kiana James. So I'm glad she's getting a little bit more love. Mello is making the Miz have great matches. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Mello is making the Miz have great matches. That's how great Mello is. He flipped out of his skull crushing for now. I said, God damn, that was an athletic move. Shout out to Carmelo Hayes once again. Who else we got? Tiffany. Okay, so this is what people are talking about, right? It's the predictable booking. When you have Tiff, Chelsea, and then you have Lash Legend, we want Lash to win, but you know they was gonna make Tiffany win. Like that was the obvious thing. So why make it so? You even just said on Unreal that Chelsea is supposed to make people like Tiffany win, and then that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what they did. And it's pretty freaking sad, to be honest with you, because I mean, I didn't want Lash to take the pinfall either, but I'm like, God damn, bro, like you just told her that shit, like to her face, and basically throughout the whole internet. And then she tried to butt back on the internet. I said, yeah, it's over for her right now, and she's injured on top of that. Shout out to Chelsea, man, you're actually entertaining. Oba Femi did a great job against Kit. You know, it was what did you expect? But it was funny. Oba did his thing, Kit did his thing. You know, you got all you care about is Kit's intro. You want to hear Kit's intro. I'm not a fan of it, but I know I'm not, you know, I'm not stupid. Like people love the intro. So it was a chance when people got the intro. Then you guys ask it. Cool. Move forward. No need to stay there. Tamatonga, Simsuke, no one. You know, if they would have showed a video package of them actually performing in New Japan or wherever they go, you know, used to do, that will go for, you know, you got 3 hours here. Like that would actually help. Just give me like 20 seconds of them having highlights, and then maybe I might be more interested in this match. They did not, and I was not. So moving forward with that, Jay Cargill, Jordan Grace, that was cool. Once again, Liv showing up, you know, that was the promo was cool. I think honestly, but you know, besides Liv, which this is what Liv does, like her promo game is on a, I guess, the better side. Jade stood toe to toe with it on the mic. That's the stuff I want to see. I want to see Jade stay short, sweet, powerful answers, and not back. I'm not saying she's going to back down, but just not. It's a way to back down on the mic in a sense, and she didn't do that. She stayed tall, and that's what I want to see from her. So great job on the mic. I knew she was going to have a good match. So I'm not worried about that. Not for Jade. So they did a great job. Triple threat, Randy and them. Like I said, booking. Come on, like Randy, Aleister Black, and Solo Sikoa. Who do you think was going to win that match? Randy won. So there's that. I wanna highlight, I guess, a segment. Two segments actually. Before I do that, shout out to Drew McIntyre. I think he had a great promo. I like the way he got they did it 3 times. Cody had his moment, Fatu had his moment, and then Drew finally ended it. And like I said, he alluded to a lot, backed himself up, talked about the whole roster at hand, saying like, yo, you need to take this as a battle cry, understand that they're trying to punk us in a sense, and we need to stand up for ourselves. Shout out to Trick coming out after that. That's what I want to see. Like I said, I think this is foreshadowing maybe a possible War Games or something like that. It's just we need brand versus brand. We don't need no more vision, none of that, none of the other stuff. Just make War Games brand versus brand. We will probably love to see that because we don't necessarily see that throughout the whole entire year. But with that being said, I want to backtrack a little bit to early in the show. There was a moment, not the Raheem moment. I'll talk about that later. Trick, and it was Trick, Ray Phoenix, and Sammy. Sammy was mute. Okay, Sammy. Ray Phoenix said whatever Ray Phoenix said. This is where the small opportunities, you got to make them memorable. And I think, people like The Rock, Austin, they did this on the regular. And Trick has time. But that little small moment with them, all you said after Ray Phoenix said what he said was anytime, anywhere. You don't do that. This is what you do. Ray Phoenix says what he said. I'm going to knock your teeth out. Find some way to brand yourself and continue the flow of it. This is what I mean. So Ray Phoenix says what he said. And then he says, hold up. You one-on-one with me? Where's your cell phone? All right, go ahead, blow your cell phone out. Didn't you dial 1-800 whoop that before? My first match, I whooped that ass. Okay, you want round 2? I'm going to show you how it's going to end. You're going to do some silly move off the ropes or whatever. Boom, trick shot. 1, 2, 3. And then after he says that, you look over to Sammy and he says, Sammy, that's how I win. That's how I win and handles it. And shout out the fact that he called him Charles Barkley. Don't do that. Call him Dan Marley. Go back to Ray Phoenix, and then you tell him, let's talk about it. And then you walk away. That would have been a little bit more memorable than what you just said. You got to take these small moments and you got to crush them, dog, because you're up against it. Let's just call it what it is. You're up against it, and you got to make yourself memorable at every given time. If they said you coming out the ringside in the last match, cool, but don't get on the mic. I'm not trying to tell you to get on the mic. That's disrespectful. You don't want to do that, but you can have more antics on the outside, and that's okay too. You without interfering with the match. There's certain ways that you got to do to promote yourself, and I think he has to take full advantage of it. He did it in NXT, so that just tells me he's nervous or he don't want to cross lines and things like that. Damn that, bro. Damn, you gotta let that shit fly, dog. You gotta let that shit go, dog. We here for you. You know what I'm saying? So who are we at the end of the day? But you got people that love you, dog. That's truly supporting what you're doing. So you gotta take advantage of it. And it's just helpful criticism. And I'm not coming, condemning them whatsoever. You just gotta take advantage of those times. And I guess
you're trying to help get to the next level.
Facts. That's all we want you to do is be that guy that we know you are, because we seen in the NXT, dog. We seen you do those things in NXT. This whole Raheem thing, right? Everybody got their own opinion. I'm gonna flip it, dog. I like to thank him. I like to thank Cody. Why am I thanking Cody? Because you brought this up, and you was basically saying that it was a paw slinging contest, and then you said, I'm going to show my black side. So thanks for reminding everybody that we are superior when it comes to that type of situation. So I appreciate that. Remember that. Remember that when Oba Feminist is dominating and winning championships. Remember that. Remember that when Trick is having his run and dominating and winning championships. Remember that when Tavon Evans is having one of the greatest yes moments in the history. Remember that when Carmelo Hayes is having a match of the year after match of the year after the match of the year, and it's easy for him to do that. Remember that, because we're taking over this wrestling game right now. Remember that, and we always have that to fall back on. I appreciate you, Cody. Triple A was cool. I saw the matches. Not really. I'm trying to stay with the AAA thing. Rey Mysterio was a godsend. I appreciate Rey Mysterio for translating some of the things, because I'd have been lost. So he kept me interested. The El Grande thing was cool. The mixed tag. My man, what's his name? The Ego dude. He lost his mixed joint. So I like to see what he says on
Ethan
NXT.
Page.
Ethan Page. I like to see what he says on NXT about it, because he's a character, man. I like Ethan Page, man. He really, whatever this role is that he does it very well. So, but yeah, and then El Grande and all that was cool. The King of Kings tournament, the little qualifying thing, it's cool. You know, it was entertaining. I like the fact that they locked my man up in the back. So that was interesting. But now I'm interested. I'll watch next week and the following week and see how Dawn responds and all that. So it was cool. Overall, I guess, like I said, they just leave so much to be desired. But Raw did start out pretty good. So usually Raw sucks ass. So then everything else got to catch up. But no, Raw was okay. So I give it a C+ this week. C+. Could have been better. Dan show could have been a lot worse too. So let's go C+.
All right, I like it. We got C+. I'm gonna give the week's product. I want to give it a B-. That's crazy. I'm trying to be positive. I'm gonna give it a C+ though. I'm gonna give it a C+. Like you said, BA, Raw was almost like about to hit that level of, damn, this is an awesome show right here. Like I said, the Gunther thing had me like, all right, man, this Gunther thing, you had Javon wrestling. Just the Stephanie Vakir thing, man, and making Raquel look weak with all that. Like, they just pulled the trigger. That'd have been fine. The promo, like you said about, everybody said about Roman Reigns and CM Punk, that was fire. Like, I thought everything. Braun Breaker at the beginning until he busted his ass. Oba coming out against the War Raiders, just dominating them. That was crazy, seeing 300-pound men being flown like that, or thrown like that, I should say. So I thought that was cool. Raw was maybe the best show of the week, actually, this week. That's crazy to say. But yeah, Raw was damn near an A if it wasn't for Stephanie and what's her name, and Raquel for me. But NXT was cool as well. Like you say, Travis, I don't care about Shawn Spears and them. I didn't care about that triple threat match. It was good to see Kalani and Lola, I guess, continue their rivalry that's going on. That was cool to see. What else happened that night? In the middle, LaFleur. My man, what's his name? What's his first name?
Elio LaFleur.
Elio. I know, Elio LaFleur.
Okay.
That's what I said. Winning his speed match and all that to qualify for the speed championship and all. That was cool. What else happened? The ladder match. Ladder match was fire as well, but NXT is weird because you know how normally in ladder matches you like stay in the corner and you lay down when you like trying to just not be gassed and just catch your breath. On NXT, they be out the ring just chilling and letting people have a whole match in the ring while they just doing it, which is cool. I'm fine with that, but it'd be like, damn, everybody gone, like step away from the action. It's all on them or whatever. It's time to have a match right now, which is cool. I thought it was all fire though. Joe won it. That's fine. Like I said, I wish he'd have won it while he was in TNA. I know people were saying that, so it could have been actually a TNA star winning it and all. But he got the job done. Ricky didn't get it done. Keanu looked good again. Yes, NXT was fine. Evolve. The last match I caught, I was doing stuff really with Evolve, and it's too short. So if you really start doing anything, you can't really catch the whole episode or whatever. But the main event was okay. Got it done. I don't know how I feel about Cam Hendricks, man. Like him and Maxine Dupree, they may have to be AEW bound. I hope not, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about with that one. TNA. Trying to think about what else I saw other than this main event where they were coming out. Yeah, it was the main thing. I saw Moose come back. Hardys got involved, helped Mike Santana out when the system got involved with him. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing else. TNA, yeah. SmackDown, Oba came out there and did it. The Oba Feminist. I want Oba to stop talking a little bit. I don't know. I just don't feel like with his character and being a monster. I already talked to B about that earlier. The face monster thing isn't really the best thing for folks. I don't think that really runs. So you want to have more of a heel edge to you. As far as that Oba Feminist and all, I understand what he's playing. Everybody playing on stuff on Friday pause, but like I don't think that's best for Scott. But it was fun to see him do what he do with Kit. Let's get him involved with the storyline. That's fine. I was mad that we did not get to see Royce Keys. He was in the Rumble. He was highlighted, and he didn't show up on either Raw or SmackDown or NXT or anything. They didn't. So it's like, what's going on with that one? Who else? The whole Cody Rhodes thing. Cody Rhodes looking better now. He's chasing the title. We've said that before. Jacob 5-2 still doing his thing. Jade looked cool with Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace, I'm sorry, man. This is crazy. I didn't think Jordan Grace would be like this. Jordan Grace gets no pop. Like, I don't know. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this. Like, I thought people would have been fans, but she's like been wrestling TNA, Knockout, and all that stuff. Like, for a while, I thought she would, you feel me, have some type of following that would follow here. Maybe it's the music or something, or that, I hate that she wearing that Ultimate Warrior mullet. I hate that. I'm like, bro, please get that. Please stop wearing
the fact that she's going right after the champion.
But, I mean, other people are, you feel me, saying something to the champion. It's just, and the women kind of need it. It's usually easier for the women to go after the champion.
Yeah, but the music, you was right though. The music trash.
That whole presentation trash. She looked boring. She's like a robot, and like a strong little robot. That's what she looked like.
She
so
does.
It's like, I'm just saying. Then she got
the default character or 2K.
Yeah, you just made her buff. You feel me? And it's like that's what she. And then she got. I told you she got the Ultimate Warrior mullet right now, bro. Not to be rude, but like I don't know what's going on with them bangs and all that. I'm like, bro, she got a. This ain't 1980. You feel me? Like back then that'd have been all right and all. Like you got to get it together, Jordan. But shout out to her husband. He be helping out, Jonathan, putting the stuff in there, so he must like it. But yeah, that whole thing with Jade and Jordan and all that, they did their thing. They had a tag team match against Liv and them. I don't know what that does. I don't know what Raquel. I don't know, man. I really don't want Raw on SmackDown. I feel like whenever Raw people are on SmackDown, SmackDown suffers. SmackDown was kind of weak. It's been weak the past couple episodes, and it's because Raw people have been interfering. I feel like. What else I got to say before I move on? Melo did his thing, but again, this was a non-title match. Why was this non-title? Okay. The storyline about to continue with the Miz or something like that. Like, I'm like, why was this one non-title? But all right.
He said that he didn't deserve the title shot, so I'll fight you for it. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. So he fought him to get a shot, but he lost the non-title. So why even throw that in there? Okay. So yeah, Melo won his match. Great match, but I don't know what it leads towards, like always. And I think that might be, like I say, Royce Keys. I was fine with the Trick thing. I agree with you though. Get it to the next level. I do think I think he gets there eventually. I think this is still the beginning. He's still filling out folks. Still, where do I sit? You feel me? Where am I really here? Because these guys already been here and all. Where do I lay? So I think he'll get there eventually. Like you said, we've seen it before. I did like the Charles Barkley and the Michael Jordan comparison, though. I thought that was hilarious. Saying, bro, he Charles Barkley. You already see me on Michael Jordan already. It's like, damn, you right. And Sammy just ain't even saying anything. Yeah, Ryan Ward show up in the back and all and tap Sammy, saying, "You'll get him next time" and all. But at the end, I did like Drew McIntyre's response. It wasn't too harsh, but at the same time, when I went back and watched the Raw promo, it wasn't too harsh either. They were kind of giving Drew a lot of respect at the same time, saying, well, you think you could beat him, but the guy you can't really beat without your cousins and all that stuff, and you think 280 pound, I'm going to go over. I mean, you as a small man over him and all that stuff. So they kind of were giving him credit when you go back and listen to it. It was crazy in the beginning because they kept saying his name. But Drew going back and then calling out the folks and then Trick coming back out, that was pretty cool. That was Trick that came out, looked him in his face, basically saying, you did step up and all that stuff, but take a chance. I think that was setting something up there. I don't think WWE does that for no reason. But then Trick, yeah, like you said, being in the main event made no sense. Both of the qualifying matches were foolish. The first one was sloppy. I'm not a big Tiffany Stratton fan at all. Like people always get on people botching. I'm like, when Tiffany's involved in a match, it always seems to be awkward. But nobody wants to talk about that one. And then in the last main event, like you say, Trick wasn't involved. I don't know why he was down there. And then you had Randy Orton against them too. Who in the hell thought Solo or Aleister Black was going to win that match? No one. There was no way. And then nothing happened to Randy afterwards or nothing like that. So it didn't really matter. Let me get to the point I really want to get to. Cody Rhodes, you owe us an apology, bro. If you're watching this show or something like that, I'm gonna go that hard. You owe us an apology. To say that Raheem shit during Black History Month, man, that wasn't cool. I know it's a game. I know it's cool and all that, bro. You're not black. We're already looking for black representation here on just wrestling in general. And we looking, and hopefully, luckily, it's getting to that point. But you ain't black, bro. I know a lot of certain folks that's like maybe out here that play around and play a different way and think that shit cute. It ain't cute though, bro. That wasn't cute. Raheem judging the size of your penis and all that stuff. We don't gotta play that way. We try and be serious here. So there's no reason to do that stuff, especially during Black History Month. It's ugly. So I got shout out to Brandy. Brandy, I hope you talked to him about that. If you didn't, it is what it is. But yeah, I think he owes an apology. Then going to Trick and all that. Trick kind of co-signed on it at the end. I'll talk about that as far as I didn't like that either. And I know what he was doing. It was the what's and all that stuff. So he said Cody already wants us like a Raheem. That was what The Rock would do. But not for Raheem, bro. That's how I felt like. Nah, I don't want that. But that is what it is. I don't want to stay on that too long and all that. Pause. But AAA, what is it? The intergender match was cool. Chelsea Green is hurt. Hope she gets better. Chelsea a champion though. She's been a champion for a long time. People be forgetting about that. But shout out to Lola Vice finally getting her first championship as well with Mr. Iguana. She basically Triple League bound. Shout out to Omos in the big red suit and all that stuff, standing his ground. Like I said, the match with El Grande Americano was cool and all. I know BA, you said earlier, Godsend, Rey Mysterio, like y'all said, but you said earlier, AAA, you don't know how you're really gonna stay around and are you trying to and all that. Bro, I think this is more entertaining than TNA. My only issue with AAA is that AAA come on too late. So it'd be like to watch it live. It's like, damn, if I want to watch it not live, when it first shows, I gotta be up late. You feel me, on a Saturday night in order to watch that. But as far as just watching it, once I'm into the show, I'd rather watch AAA than watch TNA, bro. TNA is my hot point of the week. That's what I'm like.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch TNA for that same reason. So I at least watch AAA over TNA.
That's what I'm saying. TNA feels like a bunch of it feels like a bunch of has-beens. And I don't even mean that. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but a lot of them folks are people that got fired from the WWE. So if you couldn't make it in WWE and I'm watching WWE product, then I see you as inferior folks. If I'm already looking at people like Maxine Dupree and Cam Hendricks in the WWE, and you didn't stay there and you got put down here, then how can I put you on a pedestal above them? That's how I feel when I watch TNA, which kind of sucks with them doing that partnership because they didn't put none of their people over, except for Leon Slater, or Joe Hendry, who's going to leave them. So, yeah, it is what it is with AAA. But shout out to the week. Like I said, I'm going to give it a C+, though. I try to give it a B-, but I'm going to give it a C+, yeah. All right, Travis, let me go to you, bro, so we can move on to the next topic. What were our highs and lows brought to the folks
by the good people at Fanatics?
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. Hey, shout out to Fanatics and all. If you need any merchandise and all and help the channel, please go there. Also, cuz I see you on Instagram right now. I know you've sent a message and all. They don't show Instagram messages over here, so I have to go back and forth. That's why I'm being delayed. If you want us to respond to you right away, please come over to what is this, YouTube, if you could. But other than that, yo, let's get to our wrestling tea. We got a little bit for you. All right, y'all, we got one piece of wrestling tea for y'all today. Shout out to Wrestling Something. Sorry. I see your watermark on the left side, but I cannot read it, and I should have stayed there on Twitter and like I actually wrote down who you were before I did this, but I apologize. But this post says Braun Breaker has reportedly been replaced by the WWE. And this was today this was posted. So I'm going to let you guys go around the room and you guys decide how you feel about that comment. Take it how you want, but let me know what you think about it. Like I say, full discussion, full room discussion. What do you guys think? No one? Y'all muted too.
I was waiting for somebody else to talk. But I'm not surprised. Like we said, there was kind of like a time limit on him getting his character development together based on all the people that were going to be coming up last year. So, I mean, I don't think he should have been necessarily replaced. I don't want nobody really necessarily to get fired, all jokes aside. But he definitely needs some time off for like really key development on trying to create a character. Instead of trying to put a character on him as a face, they should have found a different way to kind of build that up. And I think they kind of did him a disservice. That's my thoughts.
Good thoughts. Anybody else? Oh, go ahead, Travis.
They shouldn't have just built him up too soon. They should have just waited, basically, because you see for like the past 3 Raws and all that stuff. He's definitely not ready.
They put a target on his back,
right? And I guess they gave him a deadline, and then he didn't meet the deadline. So hey, people get replaced every day. B.
Damn. Go ahead, B.
So,
damn, that's lined up on the show, yo. Jeez.
Yeah, like you was real quick to say, go ahead, BA. So look here. Yeah, that was his draft class. His draft class was him, Ilya, and Melo. So, this is going to turn out to be not the best draft class. Sometimes you have people and you think that they're good, but they're to quote you from earlier, they're not generational. But they built Braun like he was going to be a generational talent until you see what a generational talent looks like. That guy's name's Oba Feminist, and he probably will be on Raw. And if you ever see these two next to each other, you're going to see like, God damn, there's a difference between these two guys. I looked it up too. This is by Wrestling Killer. That's the
Wrestling Killer.
The
okay,
little
cool.
thing in the
Thank
corner.
You.
Yeah,
shout out Wrestling
but yeah, shout out. So, but yeah, so it's you can bark until you see a real big dog. And then you don't bark as loud anymore, and that's just that's what's happening. So shout out to WWE for actually seeing that, and they're going into a different direction, obviously. Because if they was as stubborn as we all think they are most of the damn time, he'd probably been champion by now, and that would have been Roman would have killed him. When I say Roman would have killed him on that same segment that CM Punk had. He would have destroyed them, and it would have been even worse. Even worse.
He might have cried, bro.
He might would have. He might would have. Like real talk, because he does this emotional thing, and I think it's a lot of realism to that character. So yeah. So everything happens for a reason. CM Punk was there to save Braun Breaker in this situation. And then once Seth comes back, what does that put Braun? Braun got an uphill battle now. He put himself in a bad situation, and hey, hopefully you make it out, dog.
Yeah, I agree. He put himself in that situation, but he didn't they put him in that situation. The WWE put him in that situation, and I think they were being stubborn. I think like I've been yelling for a while now. I think they were waiting on the guys for this man right here. And in a way, they were kind of doing it and shitting on Carmelo Hayes as well, because Carmelo wasn't supposed to be on his level, even though they both came in the same draft class and they had already labeled. Excuse me, I feel like Michael P.S. Hayes and them probably already labeled Carmelo the same thing he was labeling for Chelsea Green and all that. But I digress on that statement. Braun Breaker, though, like I said, he had a chance. He was supposed to step up and make people believe that he was a badass that can run through this whole, division, and he didn't. He didn't do it. He had a chance against CM Punk. They threw a dud. He was reportedly supposed to win a Royal Rumble, as we know. He did not win a Royal Rumble. They went to Roman Reigns instead. I think I said, B, I think I asked you before. I was like, bro, you think his push might be over? And remember when he lost to CM Punk, and you were saying to me before, like, no, I don't think it's over. And I was like, bro, that's a moment, though. I be trying to, like, even the Giovanni thing before, when I told you, like, that's it, bro. Like, they just buried Giovanni. That was his first thing. He's done. Ain't no coming back, miss. He's done. When I saw that happen to Braun Breaker with CM Punk, that was a moment of saying, with his crew coming out there to help him on all that, we do not believe in you. His crew had to help him against a beat up CM Punk, and they all got beat up. Then got helped by the LWO, and then he lost. Once that happened, it was like, well, can I believe Braun Breaker can beat Roman Reigns after watching that match? Hell no. I don't believe that. Even with Brunson Reed just beating Roman Reigns, I still, right after Roman won the Royal Rumble and all, have no belief that Braun Breaker can beat him right now. Even though it's a made up sport and all that stuff, it's predetermined and all. Looking at them two, I don't believe Braun Breaker can do it. So that's my opinion on it. Simple T, and that's that might be the show, y'all. We got no questions or comments today. Cuz was over on there saying he didn't know Lola's dad is black. Yes, Lola's dad is black, and Keanu James dad is black. So yeah, you was getting mad at Damian Priest, BA. He over there dipping in the swirl a little bit.
Hold on, I think Keanu James' mother is black.
It's her mom that's black.
White dad.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was her dad, but my bad. Well, she's black.
I apologize. So
yes.
Ruka, her dad is black.
So Ruka got a black dad too as well. Yeah, I mean, bro, the black people taking over, and there's no shot to. I want white folks to understand this when we say this. We've watched folks wrestle for so long. It's not a shot about you guys can't represent or can't have great wrestlers. It's just the understanding that we waited for so long to watch one of our guys, not even just have one that may be there or could do this, like a whole brand of guys that can really take over, knowing what we know about ourselves, our people, the athletes we have in any other sport and all that, the acting, all that type of stuff, to say that, damn, there's no black people that could do this with us watching this and all. Like, nobody grew up and said, I want to be a wrestler and could be a great wrestler. To see this happen now is just great. It's not a knock against white folks at all. Like, bro, we had Junkyard Dogs and all. Somebody named me the title that Junkyard Dog had. Somebody give me a title. Are we still looking around? No. The title's around forever, right? Where we looking? Junkyard Dog was one of the most popular wrestlers of all time, especially back then with Hulk Hogan. He was damn near on that level and all that stuff, Junkyard Dog. Jimmy Snuka. I don't want to get into his personality. What titles did he win? Come on, y'all. Wait a second. Y'all look around. Tell me now. Tell me. What champions did he win? Okay, we still looking. All right. He was one of the most popular guys back in the day when Hulk Hogan and them was going off. Why he didn't get a championship? Hey, man, it is what it is. It's been this way forever. We've had what's his name? Bobby Lashley's. We've had Farouk, bro. Farouk. Ron Simmons was literally in the WWE and treated like a piece of trash. Ron Simmons, the first WCW champion, first heavyweight champion by a black man in general, was just thrown away as a gimmick, about a Greek gimmick or something like that, as a black man. So it is what it is. I'm proud of this moment. These moments damn near make me want to cry as a black man that's watched wrestling for so long. I know that might sound nerdy, like a geek and all that. Like, as much as my fan, I should say, of me being my fandom, of me being a fan of WWE or wrestling for so long and wanting these moments, wanting a action figure, wanting a guy to be like, no, that's the dude. It's just a black dude. It's no got to be a white guy putting on Jordans and all of that like I'm him. We got these guys now, so it's just representation. That's all it is. It's no hate involved in nothing. It's just we enjoy representation. It is what it is. I don't know if y'all want to say so. Go ahead, BA.
Yeah. No, I understand you.
Go ahead, BA.
So when y'all get happy at Cooper DeJean from being a defensive back in the NFL, and he's white, and you feel proud of that, like, we can compete with them. When y'all feel happy at Christian McCaffrey being one of the best running backs in a position that's dominated by black people,
Cooper Flag, Luka Doncic's Joker.
I'm about to say Luka Doncic's Jokic in a black dominated sport. It's the same. It's the same feeling. It's the same feeling. That's all. Just saying, like, yeah, we here too, and we can compete too, just as much as everybody else. We know that it's scripted, but we can compete on a scripted level just as much as everybody else. That's really it. You feel happy, we feel happy.
100% agree, bro. With that being said, y'all, we do not have any questions or comments. So before we do, I should say, end the show. Shout out to this merch coming soon, y'all. Check it out. Hey, shout out to Ralph for creating that for us. We appreciate you, Ralph. We're gonna have more merch going on as well. Pretty soon, should be dropping a link for everybody. I'm not sure if I'm gonna wait till we get monetized or beforehand. We're trying to figure out the ins and outs of all that stuff. But thank everybody again for being for another episode, watching another episode of We Talk Combats. We appreciate y'all all the time. I see you, cuz he said definitely trying to copy when it drops. We'll definitely let you know the information, though, cuz we appreciate you all the time for everything you do, man. Real talk. Thank everybody else to watch the show as well. Please do us a huge favor before you buy BA's left shoulder down there. Oh, BA, come on. Oh, also hit the subscribe button before you leave. The notification, Travis, the notification bell as well, so that you always notified when we drop this new. We appreciate y'all always, man. Like I said, we're doing this. We're trying to grow. Please share this to anybody else you know that's a wrestling fan, especially if they're about here. Let them know to come on in.
Mhm.
Come, I don't want to say come on in here. Pause. Come on over here.
Whoa.
Join this party. Yeah, we do this every day, damn near in a week. Please come over here, talk to us and all, interact. We have live watch-alongs on Discord. I don't think there's anybody doing that for free right now. Come take advantage of that before it's and grandfather yourself in before things change. Again, like I said, we appreciate everybody for joining us. Please also hit us up and subscribe over on We Talk Combat Clips. I drop all the condensed versions of the show over there. I take my time to edit these shorts. So please, if you could, go over there and check them out and give us a like and all that over there too, and subscribe. Also, do myself and everybody else a favor. Follow Get Off the Damn Fence with my guy BA down there in the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin. They talk about all things, mainly sports, Wednesday evenings, I should say. Check my guys out, like and subscribe over there. Also, BA, Rel, Big J, and Will, I thought I call him Cuz, on Cuz We Geek. They talk about all things all things in comic books and movies and television. They have shows.
That's his name. You know that, right?
Because
like
now
on the little like how we got BA and King and all
on the screen, he put Cuz now. I don't even pay attention to that. He put Cuz now. He should. I call Reg Cuz, and that's what is it? That's Rel's brother-in-law that be on our show on like Captain Crown and all. He called me Cuz. So I'm like, what's up, Cuz? He's called Rel Bro and all. But yeah, he called himself Cuz now. I might just start calling Will Cuz, but to continue or whatever, please follow them on Cuz We Geek and all. They have shows every Tuesday evening, Saturday morning. That's my guys over there. Also, I follow myself, Rel. We talk about basketball, new school and old school. We following the season, things is heating up. Follow us on Captain Crown over there. Help us get to our next goal of 5,000 subscribers. We're trying to grow. That's the original show over there, the original baby. Trying to get it back up and going. If you like basketball content, we do shows every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Friday mornings for the members, but everybody can watch along as of now. Again, we appreciate everybody for watching us here on We Talk Combats. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is anywhere there is. We appreciate y'all so much. We will be back next Sunday, same combat time, same combat place. But if you're interested in Monday Night Raw and a watch along, check us out over there. We'll see y'all then. And I think we out, y'all. Peace.